All right, guys, well, I still have to clean Nancy, but we got the trailer hooked up. We've got the International loaded. Got these fancy axle straps that I'm using so I don't mar all my fancy paint. And yes, they're straps that are rated heavy enough for this truck. Chain down, and it still hit on the pumpkin a little bit, but you know, I have to cross, otherwise chains interfere big time with the mud flaps, so it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. And what you might have noticed over here is that the truck loaded fine, but my front muffler hangers, see right there, they were sitting, you know, that's the opposite side. They were sitting like that, and it caught right back here on the crest where the beaver tail comes up to the main deck. So, luckily all it did was just pull the exhaust out of one of the slip clamps. I've got that loosened up right now, and it's mostly pushed back in, but I'm gonna real quick finish taking out this hardware up here, and I'm gonna even out and shorten up those brackets. If I can gain even an inch, I'll be okay. So everything else cleared. I was on a little bit of a weird incline in my driveway, so you know, it doesn't show very well. We have a pretty sloped driveway, so that's part of the problem. But the solution also is strap down some blocking so that I can block up these ramps where I need them to be. So so when we load and unload, or unload and reload up north, we hopefully won't have that issue. But I'm also, like I say, going to raise the muffler. So all right, guys, well, the next time you go out to better pan there, next time you see this setup, we'll be in St. Ignace, and actually riding pretty darn level from, you know, on the truck and trailer. Nice weight placement. We're down just touching the overloads on the truck, just leveled out. So we probably got, from my experience, that tells me we probably got about 2,500 pounds of tongue weight, just slightly less than what my fifth wheel puts on. So a nice amount. And of course it's a big Tex, so we've got the classic, I don't know if you can see it, yeah, a little bit, the classic big Tex bow where the weight's at. So hopefully the new Diamond C won't flex as badly, but at any rate, we'll catch up with you in St. Ignace. All right, guys, well, I am back at home after the get the truck in the background there, after the truck show weekend. Now, this was the Richard Crane Memorial, I think it was the 25th annual. Last year would have been the 25th, but wasn't there due to COVID. So the 25th annual Richard Crane Memorial Truck Show in St. Ignace, Michigan. So it's just over the bridge, Mackinac Bridge. And I went to the awards ceremony this morning and got a little bit of history. I didn't know about it, but it was obviously 25 years ago was the original. And the first show they had, which was what, 97, something like that, 96, somewhere in there. And anyway, they had 9 trucks. And the highest number I counted was over the weekend was, I think, 598. So just too shy of 600 trucks that showed up 25 years later. So it's an awesome show. It's mostly, you know, a lot of working trucks, but and a few straight up show trucks, but mostly you know, your typical few 359s, but mostly 379 and 389 Pete's and W900 Kenworths. I mean, that's just about everything. But you know, you have some fair amount of classics, and some you know, some Freightliner Classic XLs, and there's a little mixed bag of everything. But so we got parked in the antique lot, which was pretty cool. It was right next to a couple Brockways and a Ford CL9000, a couple Mack B61s, an International 4070B with a 671 in it. I can't think, just you know, maybe 10 or 20, couple of Freightliners, a couple 362 Pete's, stuff like that. So some pretty cool trucks that we were parked next to all weekend. And but the long and short of it is everything went off without a hitch, no issues. After that little muffler issue on Thursday night loading up, we made it up just fine, no problems. You know, got unloaded, got parked, and it was a good time. It was fun to actually get to sit and relax next to the truck, and it was really cool to see all the interest that the Loadstar got, which was a lot of people talking about how they used to drive one and they used to have one on their farm when they were kids. And there was people I met that, you know, my company used to work for before I ever even was there. Just a good time talking to people and relaxing and having a good time and spending some time with my wife. So anyway, let me show you a little bit. So like I said, the truck did great, no problems, no concerns. I think the only thing I noticed that happened, other than the usual couple leaks, is it's kind of dark back here. I lost one washer and nut off of my sideboards there. That was on the way up. And other than that, she was problem free. And I just took it for a drive just now when I pulled it off the trailer, so put another 5-10 miles on it, which was fun. We'll keep that, but we got the window tag there from the show, and what's left of some lawn chairs and my ladder for shining things up when we got there and whatnot. But yeah, so I'm gonna put in what this show does is they call it the Parade of Lights, and that is Saturday night, which is basically kind of the grand finale of the show, and it is where all the trucks line up and they make a run over the bridge, which is a little over 5 miles from where the rally point is, probably 5.5 to 6 miles. Then they turn around in Mackinac City and come back up I-75, and then back down I-75 business loop back into St. Ignace. And it is full of lights and air horns and train horns and Jake brakes and some really, really awesome trucks. So I'm going to close this one out. I'm going to put a few, I probably recorded like 15 minutes of video, so I'm going to put in some select little highlights of the parade. We watched it actually once on the entrance ramp down to the toll booths, southbound I-75 as they came to the bridge. And then we drove back to our hotel, which was up on the business loop. And right as we were pulling in, we realized they were coming back around. So we went up and fixed a drink and came back and watched them the next time around. And they were a little rowdier by the end of the parade. So got some good video there. So show you a little bit of that. I'll splice in a few pictures of some odds and ends. I didn't take hardly any pictures, not nearly enough, but I've got a few of the Loadstar and a few of some other trucks. So I'll show you those. And yeah, so we made it. We did it. We got it as done as it needed to be to get to a show. Don't worry, I'm going to keep making some videos here and there when I keep plugging away at this thing, because it is nowhere near done. As you guys know, you've got you know what I've got left to do. So so the Loadstar's not going anywhere. But hope you enjoy the photos and video from the show. Thanks for watching.